Welcome back, everybody. I can't believe it, but the set is actually leaking a day early. Usually when it's a massive update, they preload the update on the app, and then data miners kind of go nuts and get every single card that is about to release. So before we go any further, this is a very spoiler-heavy video. I will be looking at any artwork I can. So like right now, we're about to look at the rainbow versions of all the EXs because those are the clearest pictures we have. So if you're not trying to get spoiled, don't watch the video. I don't even know why you clicked on it. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video. It would be very much appreciated. So first we have a Blacephalon EX. And the number one thing you have to remember about this card is it is an Ultra Beast, so Lusamine will work with it. I'm actually very surprised we're still getting Ultra Beast. I don't mind it though. I've got a couple, I now have like 4 full art Lusamines. So anything to keep that card relevant is great because it felt really bad to get those and not Professor's Research to just trade for them. I'm rambling too much. Its first attack, Singe. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned for 1 energy. 20 damage for free for 1 energy, maybe 40. Not the worst thing in the world. And then it has the other attack called Pop Punk. 140 damage, discard 3 fire energy from this Pokemon. So you can Lusamine to it, charge it up in 1 turn. I think that's kind of the point of it. It's just a 140 out of nowhere. And 140 is a very good number to hit. That is a knockout on Suicune. It's going to 2-shot pretty much any Mega. It also has 140 HP itself. So it is, like, this card has good stats. Now, the Pop Punk, you will discard 3 fire energy from this Pokemon. So getting 2 attacks off with it back-to-back is definitely going to be difficult. You'd really need to chain Lusamines. And we'll see as we go on further if we have like a basic Blacephalon that might be better than the one we currently have, because that one's also sort of like a big nuke. Gonna be very interesting to see if we have any way to play this card that really makes sense. Because there's not like a lot of relevant fire types out there right now. Yeah, I'm not sure like what fire type deck would want it, because you think about the only 2 fire types that exist right now are like Blaziken. Blaziken's already going to hit for that much. Do you really want to tech a Blacephalon and a Lusamine into it? Not really. Mega Charizard, like Entei's the attacker. Do you really want to put a Blacephalon and a Lusamine in the deck just to get a 140 off? Probably not. So I'm interested to see if we have any other, you know, Fire Ultra Beasts that come and make it work. We have Alolan Ninetales EX, and I'm so excited about this because Alolan Ninetales is like my favorite Pokemon. I have not read the attack yet. Binding Snow, 80 damage. During your opponent's next turn, they can't take any energy from their energy zone and attach it to their active Pokemon. Okay, so it's literally Banette's attack. This could be very, very annoying for certain decks. You could, if you go second, I mean, you can just shut down their energy to their active. That is a pretty annoying effect. What decks does that really hurt right now? It's not going to hurt like Mega Altaria, right? They build up on the bench. Mega Blaziken, kind of the same thing. Suicune maybe the most, because Suicune will be trying to build up their active Suicune. Otherwise, you're going to force them into a Rare Candy Greninja EX in order to move it out of the active spot. Unfortunately, like, it is 80 is a solid amount of damage. And with like Irida support and that, it's pretty, it's not bad. That is not bad at all. Just wondering how much value, like obviously the effect of the attack is going to come up at some point, right? It's gonna change something. But whether or not you can build a whole deck around the Alolan Ninetales, Greninja, I guess. I mean, it can't be better than Suicune Greninja though, right? Ain't no way. But a very beautiful card either way. I love Alolan Ninetales so much, man. Mega Swampert EX. 3 water energy, strong arm destroyer, 150 damage for just 3. Discard 2 random energy from among the energy attached to all Pokemon. That is like the weirdest way to word that ever. That's so strange. But it has 230 HP and will hit for 150. I mean, that's pretty, that's a good number, man. And discard 2 random energy. It's like they saw Mega Gyarados, or I guess just regular Gyarados, right? Regular Gyarados is the one with the effect. And they just wanted to amp him up. This is almost like what Mega Gyarados should have been. Is like discard 2 random energy. Instead, he did the you know, discard. You could also Misty hit it, because like 3 energy is, you know, it's a lot to get 3 energy in play, man, on one single Pokemon. But it might not be. It actually might not be, because we have something like ridiculous in this set that we're gonna talk about. I'm not kidding, guys. This set is like, I mean, dude, they're trying to change some things. They're trying to change what is going on, what is being played, that we will get into later. So stay tuned for it. Gigalith EX is our next EX up. Megaton Cannon for 4 fighting energy. This attack does 140 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. 4 retreat costs 190 damage, or HP. So initially, like, my instant thought is 4 energy for a fighting type is like impossible. You're never going to get that in play. We will have to see what the Boldor and the Roggenrola do, and we will return to this card. 140 Snipe is just like insane though, but it's a big energy requirement. Are they going to give us fighting acceleration? Yet to be known. What else do we have? Mega Mawile, we already know what this card does. We don't need to go over it again. And Mega Kangaskhan with a big wall of text. Double Punching Family, 80 damage for 3 colorless. Means you can accelerate it with like Manaphy, any of the babies. So that's good. This attack is used twice in a row. The second attack does 40 damage. If the first attack knocks out your opponent's active Pokemon, the second attack is used after your opponent chooses a new active Pokemon. Okay, something you got to know about this. What this will do is, let's say you play a red. Double Punching Family will do 100, and then the second attack will do 60 if it hits into an EX. It buffs the damage, because this is technically 2 attacks. You're attacking 2 separate times. So, red, because it boosts the damage of your attacks for that turn, it will count. So, a red turns from a plus 20 to a plus 40 damage. So with red in mind, you could do 160 damage to an EX with this attack. Holy, this is a splashable Mega, by the way. This is colorless energy, dude. This could go into anything, and it can hit for 160 damage in one turn. Is there any other damage modifier? You can Illima this thing, dude. Is there anything else I'm forgetting for damage modifiers? Giovanni. So you can hit 140 with Giovanni. I don't think there's anything besides that. This card is stupid. Oh my gosh. Wow, dude. Wow. Okay, so I saw in my chat, or not in my chat, in one of the Discords I'm in, Mr. Jimbo Pocket was talking about daycare being back. And I guess so, right? So if you play this with babies and Darkrai EX, you can like do the Darkrai ping, use red, you hit for 180 damage for one attack. And this guy has 180 HP as well. He's a big dude, man. Now he does have 3 retreat costs. That's a ton. That's going to be a problem. We do have Illima. Leaf is not going to do it. Unfortunately, you know, the Psychic Stadium is not going to give him free retreat. It's going to be a problem if you start this guy. So maybe it's just a daycare angle, right? Play like 5 baby Pokemon like we used to with Arceus. And this is just like a straight buff to it. You don't have to fill your bench. You don't have to worry about that. You could just get the Mega Kangaskhan set up and then use red and Darkrai, and you're hitting for 180. And now imagine this on like a Chingling, dude. You hit the Chingling. Your opponent is forced to bring something up. They take 40 again. And then next turn, you can hit them for the full attack. And, like, this guy's not getting knocked out in one hit. This card is ridiculous. Oh, my gosh. This card is so nuts. But I think it has to be played in something that has energy acceleration, because otherwise getting 3 energy onto it is going to be pretty difficult. Like, it will be tough. I guess make a Gardevoir. And, I mean, the 3 retreat cost is probably too much. Like, the 3 retreat cost is really, really rough for it. It's really rough. Okay, so it looks like everything is in. So let's just start moving down these. Shuckle, guard press, 40 during your opponent's next turn. This deck, okay, no, blank card, not real. Roserade, 50 damage for 2. Your opponent's next Pokemon is now poisoned. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon can't retreat. Okay, so it's corner, but now we have the added benefit of poison. Corner has never worked before, like literally ever, and don't tell me in the comments that it has, because it hasn't. But this adds poison, so now like with Nihilegos, you can start really like stacking damage and making it a problem. And your guy's gonna like, you'll be doing quite a bit of damage between turns with that poison. Not bad, better than any corner attack we've gotten. Whether or not that's good is yet to be seen. We also have a Chestnut here. Needle Lariat, 80 for 4. During your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, do 80 damage to the attacking Pokemon. Like 4 Energy Man. Don't tell me you can set it up with Superior. I'm not buying double stage 2. Just to do 80 and then, you know, 100 or 80 back if they attack into it. I'm not buying it. A funny card, though. We have Cacturn, Spike Rend. If your opponent's Pokemon has damage on it, it's attack does 60 more. It's a stage 1. It's a 3 energy cost. I'm not buying it. The Scatterbug line. Vivillon, your opponent's active Pokemon is poison and is sleep, and it can evolve into the Vivillon straight. Again, I'm not buying it. More filler cards, it seems. Buzzwole. This is interesting. Ground Beat. If your opponent has gotten exactly 1 point, this attack does 40 more damage. Okay, so if they take 1 point, you now have a basic attacker online doing 80 damage. How well does this fit into the Buzzwole deck, right? So Kartana / Pheromosa gets knocked out. You send up Baby Buzzwole. And then you can send up Big Buzzwole. I mean, it does help like the 1-1-1-1-2 line of the deck a little bit more because honestly, you know, doing 20 with the Pheromosa is good to like set everything up, and the Kartana can be pretty good. But after that, it does sort of fall off, and you usually want to move into a Buzzwole at that point just to start getting actual damage out. But being able to go Pheromosa into Baby Buzzwole, do 80 damage until he gets knocked out. He's also like not a bad guy. He's got 110 HP on a basic. He's pretty big. Doing 80 damage and then being able to finish the game with Buzzwole EX. I don't mind this as another tool for Buzzwole, man. I would love anything to see Buzzwole come back. Anything. This is not a bad card. This is not a bad card. Can it revive Buzzwole? Yet to be seen. Buzzwole's problem is really that like 120 damage is not that much, but maybe having an attacker that could just start dude, 80 for 2 is a lot. And you can like, you're gonna force your opponent to take exactly 1 point, right? Like there's no surprise there. It's every single game is going to be your opponent takes 1 point, Baby Buzzwole comes online, game gets finished with Big Buzzwole. I like this. I'm excited for this. We have this Gossifleur and Eldegoss, 40 damage. You may shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached into your deck. It only does 40. It's not like it's poisoning or doing anything like that. It's just shuffling it back. Like, is this any better than just playing Oricorio straight? Because the idea would be you'd go into Eldegoss and then go into Oricorio. But, like, why wouldn't you just do 50 with Oricorio? You're going to have to put a lot of deck space, a lot of deck slots committed to the Eldegoss. Another card that I'm just not really buying. Next up, we have the Fire-type Pokemon, Alolan Marowak. Gonna do 40 damage for 2. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Boo! Reshiram, 110. Discard 2 Fire Energy from this Pokemon for 3 Fire Energy. Unless I see a Fire Energy Accelerator. Well, I guess like Flame Patch would work with it. But discard 2 is it's a really hefty cost. Like, if you have to use Flame Patch to get it set up, you're using your Flame Patches for a one-time 110, basically. I can't see it fitting any role that is not already fulfilled by a fire type deck. But maybe there's a card that'll make me change my mind. Pyroar, that's a nothing card. Oricorio, we've already spoken about. Hearth Flame Mask Ogerpon. Flip a coin. If heads, take 2 fire energy from your energy zone, attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. Flip a coin though, man. For 2, like you gotta put 2 on the guy and then you're flipping a coin for it. I don't know, man. He's only got 80 HP. He's not living that long. Like, it's like it almost could be cool. If it was for 1 energy, flip a coin, that might be something. Maybe we can use that to, like, power up Reshiram. Does this become a thing in Charizard Y? I don't know. Getting Charizard Y, like, energy on it is not the problem. The problem is it being brought up too early, which is something that's going to be solved, by the way. No spoilers, no spoilers. This set is insane. But let's take a move on. This fire types, I feel like fire types have been getting scammed for a while, and none of them seem too interesting. Alolan Vulpix, there's a better Alolan Vulpix that already exists than this one. This one says nah for 20. But like the other one just attaches an energy to it. So I would wager that that's better. Galarian Mr. Rhyme. Flip 3 coins, attack does 60 damage for each heads. Nothing. Delibird. Whoa. Where are you, Delibird? All right, flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 70 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. If tails, heal 30 damage from your opponent's active Pokemon. All right, you're a funny guy, Delibird, and that's all you are. Mudkip does 20 for 1. Marshtomp. All right, so the whole idea of Dina being, you know, sitting here and promoting stage 1s seems to be dead. Marshtomp is doing nothing. Cool. Here's the Swampert. Okay. 100 damage. Discard a random energy from among the energy attached to all Pokemon. I hate the way they've worded that. Is that how they worded Gyarados? I don't know. It's such a weird wording. Like, could you not just say, like, discard a random energy in play? Both yours. and your opponent's Pokemon. Or from either your, I don't know, dude. It seems weird. And there's the Swampert we talked about, 150 damage. Like he's a big dude, man. He's a beefy guy. I'm excited to try him. 230, 150. Yeah. Yeah, and the discard's pretty strong. Now, if you do discard 2 for Mega Swampert, you're throwing your phone out the window, but it's the risk you take. All right, here's the Vanillish line. Oh, a Vanillish with Sweets Relay. If one of your Pokemon used... It'll do 120 for 2. I don't know, dude. Who plays the Sweets Relay deck, dude? Is this anything? Is this anything? Who played the Sweets Relay deck? Is a 120 hit what we're missing? Oh, God. Another item locker. Cryogonal. Frozen Lock does 20. You got to attach an energy, and they can't play any item cards. Okay, so we're getting more item lock. I mean, like, would you want this in a water deck? Instead of Chingling? He's not gonna go down. He's doing 20. So he can kind of deal with the other Chinglings way easier. Maybe just an item lock buff for water types. It'll depend on what deck is playing it. Like if it's a Mega Swampert, using your energy attachment for turn to the Cryogonal, probably not worth it. It's one of the nice things about Chingling is also it's free retreat. So situationally better than Chingling. Not ready to say, whoa, better, like, if you're playing a water deck that wants an item locker, this is the, this is what you do. Not ready to say that yet. Oh, we have a new fossil. Auroris. Discard 2 water energy for this Pokemon. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. So what you would really want to do is be able to chain this, right? You'd want to be able to chain this attack, and I don't think we really have a way to chain this. It's a one-time paralyze, and you have to get a fossil stage 2 out and 3 energy on it. I don't know, man. Dreadnought for... All right, why do they keep printing this Dreadnought character? 120 for 4. Boo. Cramorant. Attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. There you go, water types. You have a bench sniper as well. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. Aracuda and Barraskewda. Pointless. Now, what does this do? Flip a coin. If heads, attack does 40 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That honestly seems better than the fire type one. 40 damage to 1 is not bad. Could knock out 2 Chinglings if we're still doing Chinglings in this meta. I don't hate it. It's weird that they're all coin flip effects though. I don't hate this card though. Yeah, definitely don't hate. We got lightning types next. New Pikachu. Give it up for Pikachu number 7000 and an Alolan Raichu. If a stadium card is in play, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. Thunder Spear for 2. Stack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Sure. 2 retreat costs without it? Oh my god, you're thick, bro. You're thick. I mean, it's a 50 poke, man. It's chill. Is this what lightning types needed? What is lightning types? What are lightning types? Lightning type is only Magnezone or Oricorio now. You're definitely not putting this in the deck. I don't know, man. It seems almost pointless to me. Zapdos, choose one other Pokemon, either yours or your opponent's chosen at random, do 100 damage to the chosen Pokemon. Yeah, all right. Prize in the bag, buddy. See you in Pokeball. Also, flip a coin if head, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. That is annoying, dude. Just for 1 energy to have that, it's pretty annoying. If Pluslo's on your bench, this attack also does 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay. I feel like there needs to be... I mean, yeah, are you really slotting in a Plusle and a Minun for these effects? I don't know. Honestly, like, the Plusle... The chance to paralyze is, like, not that bad, but it's like a 50-50 to give yourself another turn for what? Like, you lose the energy attachment. You might paralyze. Asking for 2 pairs in a row is really greedy. So, Toxtricity. This deck also does 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has damage on it. Okay, never mind. I ate my words. This is where the Plusle and the Minun would come in. This is, like, the only way to do this, I think. To get consistent damage across the bench. So you could use Minun. Actually, 30 for 1 is actually... Okay, hold on. 30 for 1 is actually good. I don't know why I, like, brushed past that. 30 for 1 energy on a 70 HP Pokemon, not bad at all. I actually wish they had 50 HP so you could search them with Licia. Here's the Toxel, by the way. Kind of useless. So you use Minun, set up the damage. Toxtricity has 150 and 3 energy cost. Oh, dude, this might just be too energy heavy to really make work, right? I mean... Minum's gonna take energy, and then you gotta find 3 for the Toxtricity. And, like, if you use Pichu, I mean, I don't know, man. 3 energy for the Toxtricity is a lot. That's a lot. It usually ends up being making it bad. Tadbulb, take a lightning energy from your energy zone attached to this Pokemon, and then Belly Bolt has nothing to make up for that cool attack. Unfortunate. I don't know, Magneton, energy switch. It's tough, dude. It's tough. I guess Lightning has the best, like, energy manipulation in the game, but, I mean, dude, it's a lot of energy you need, man. All right, let's take a look at the Psychic types. Galarian Ponyta, okay? Galarian Rapidash. I forget that this Pokemon is a thing, by the way. This is definitely I can't believe this guy's real. If you have 5 or more Psychic Energy to play, this deck does 60 more damage. So a 100 poke for 1, but it is on a stage 1. It's something to consider for, like, Gardevoir, right? It's probably pretty easy to get all that Psychic Energy in play with Gardevoir. But it is a stage 1 that'll clog up your deck. I guess also with Giratina could run it, but Giratina is probably not doing enough on its own. Wobbuffet, 3 energy, flip over, does 10 damage to itself. Yeah, no. High bulk. Welcome to the bulk bin. I'm skipping over a Snubbull and a Granbull. They're pointless. This is important. Ralts, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Is this now the best Ralts? I mean, it's either confusion or teleport to bring it to safety. I think I might like to teleport more because you can teleport into the Meloetta, right? You can just use teleport, go into the Meloetta. Your turn starts, you get the Psychic Pokemon from your deck. I think I like that more than just going for confusion. Unfortunately, the Kirlia is mid. Yeah, they don't care about stage 1s, actually. That was like a one-set thing where the stage 1s were useful. They're done with it. Kirlia, Psybeam, your opponent's Pokemon is now confused. Not a useless attack, but in comparison, like, hoping it would be broken, it's not broken. Basic Gardevoir, 60 for 2. Take 2 Psychic Energy from your energy zone, attach it to one of your benched Psychic Pokemon. Okay, yeah, so it's 1 energy less, and it's only to 1. You can't do any way you like Mega Gardevoir EX. Would you run this over the other Gardevoir, which has the energy acceleration built in? I don't know. I don't know that this is going to be like your Oricorio counter, is this card right here. If anything, it opens the door up for like a non-Mega Gardevoir deck, like using the basic Gardevoir to power up some other stuff, but like it's the same energy requirement. It just does more damage. You have Diantha, just protect this Gardevoir and it won't lose you the game. I don't know. This seems like not great to me, to be honest. Litwick. We have a Lampent. Litwick has 50 HP, notable. Ralts does not have 50 HP. Past Friends. Attack does 20 more damage for each supporter card in your discard pile. That could actually be pretty cool. That could be pretty cool. You can get up to, like, realistically, I mean, if you have 5 supporters in your discard pile, you're doing 100 damage. We don't really have a way to discard things that would, like, work in a deck like this. So you would just have to play 5 supporter cards. So I'd assume you'd play like some very playable ones like Research and Copycat and like maybe just Sabrina. What is it called? What is the lady's called? Licia to get the Litwicks. So that could work for sure. But you do, like, again, you got to be like 5 turns deep to make this start doing like huge damage. It does have a 140 HP though. That's pretty strong. He's a heavy guy. Meloetta we've already talked about in the last video. Yeah, just gonna get a Psychic Pokemon out of your deck. I'm very excited to play Meloetta with Mega Gardevoir. Pumpkaboo, here's the Gourgeist. Discard a card from your hand. If you can't, this deck does nothing. 70 for 1. You know, man, sometimes the set just tries to, like, push you a certain way. So you could play Gourgeist Chandelure. Oh, I guess the other way is with Sableye. Sableye is going to take 2 energy, though, to attack. So 2 energy on Sableye. Then, and it's, like, it doesn't have a lot of HP. I would think if you're going to play this sort of meme deck, Gourgeist is the better way to go. You can really get the Chandelure, like, ready, though, man. He can do a lot. Gourgeist plus Chandelure. This seems fun, right? We got our Ghost Pumpkin, our Ghost Lantern. This seems like a fun deck. I'm actually, like, very excited that they printed this. This is going to be a good time. Next, we have an Indeedee, 3 energy. This deck does 70 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So you got to think, like, Mega Gardevoir can help it. See, okay, the thing with Mega Gardevoir that I want to drill into your heads is Mega Gardevoir is going to be a deck that there are so many options out there. There's going to be a lot of bad lists. It's going to be really hard to decide like what is actually good for it. Do I think Indeedee takes precedent over some? I mean, it's a 70 snipe though. But the issue is that like it's like one more Pokemon that makes it harder to set up the Mega Gardevoir and get it going quickly. But it's a 70 snipe for basically free because of Gardevoir's attack. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, Indeedee. I'm watching you. I'm very curious to see where you go. New Sinistea, or I guess first Sinistea. Flip a coin of heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage, blah, 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 blah. Kind of necessary because he only has 30 HP. He is a small guy. Ew, 30 HP is so bad. Poltegeist. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may have your opponent shuffle their hand into their deck. For each remaining point that your opponent needs to win, they draw a card. Okay, so Mars on evolution. Problem, 30 HP. Absol, boom. Hebo, boom. What's the new guy? New Kramer, boom. Like, yeah, this guy's getting dunked on every second of the day because he has 30 HP. But you can like research into the Poltegeist. You can use two support. Oh my god, you can use two supporters on one turn. You can use Poltegeist and Cyrus. How often have you wanted to do that in some decks? Quite often. Yeah, but the thing, like, it's just the 30 HP thing, man. Again, you're also on watch, Poltegeist. I'm curious to see what you do. The theme for this set seems to be we are printing a lot of very powerful stage ones. We'll get to some more. Don't you worry. This set's disgusting. Sandshrew, yeah, that is an awesome artwork though. I like the little guy. Sandslash Furry Swipes. Okay. Yeah, I'm not wasting my time reading that, buddy. New Machampline. 2 for 80. Stage 2. Boring. There's the Cubone to go with the Alolan. Marowak. No new Marowak. Meditite. 10. Yeah, that guy's useless. Oh my gosh. And the Medicham is just like the Mega. Nothing special. All right, here's the Roggenrola. 2 retreat cut. See, this is another problem with this guy. Is like with the Gigalith that we looked at earlier. He's doing, it's just so much, man. It's so much retreat. And so far, we have not seen a fighting acceleration to make this card work, right? Like 100, dude, it's how are you ever setting this guy? Actually, we do have a way to set this guy. Hold on. Like legit, everything I'm saying right now is going to change when we look at the trainer cards. I promise you that. I promise you, man. Because like there's a chance we can actually just set this dude up and be fine. New Drillbur. I guess we'll get to an Excadrill in the other type. Tyrunt and a Tyrantrum. Ooh. Oh, I love this. If you have fewer Pokemon in play than your opponent, the attack does 80 more damage. But it's 3 fighting energy, dude. But it would hit for 180. But dude, that is so much to actually set up. That is so much. Man, that's a lot. That's just a ton, dude. 3 fighting, and you got to keep your like Pokemon in play less than your opponent. So if they see a whatever fossil this guy's gonna evolve from, Jaw Fossil, I would guess. I don't know. That's what makes sense to me. They might just start, not benching as many Pokemon, so they're not getting hit for 180 every turn. That's so much, though, dude. This guy's also so cool. Dude, they're printing a lot of just cards that we can try, and hopefully ranked is out immediately because I got some things to build, bro. Tyrantrum is such a sick Pokemon. Passimian, okay, it's a bench snipe, but 2 retreat cost, 10 more HP. Hitmonlee is still the king, without a doubt. Phalanx, we've already seen before. And Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. Flip a coin if heads during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes 100 less damage from attacks. All right. These Cornerstone... I don't know how to feel about any of these Cornerstone Masks, man, to be honest. I mean, it's double energy. But, guys, we got to get to, like, the most important thing that you're going to see for a while. Alolan Meow Swagger. Flip a coin if heads. Discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Cool. But the Alolan Persian does nothing after that. Alolan Grimer. Get ready. Dum-da-da-dum. Alolan Muck, Power of Alchemy. basic Pokemon in play have no abilities. I saw the card art. I saw the ability name. I could not quite read the ability on the very low grain image we got, but it is in fact the Power of Alchemy, Alolan Muck from the TCG. Basic Pokemon in play have no abilities. Suicune, pack it up. This is very interesting to see if we will see decks incorporate a 1/1 line into their list. The number one problem, Alolan Grimer has 2 retreat. So you're adding in this 1/1 line to try to improve something, running the risk of if you start Alolan Grimer, you probably lose the game. Not much way around it. Very, very strong ability. I am hopeful that we see this make its way into some decks. No Darkrai, no Suicune, no Entei. Who else is important? No Indeedee, no Giratina. The list goes on and on and on. It's not just EXs. It's all basic Pokemon. Whether or not there's basic Pokemon that are relevant. Oricorio. Oh my god. Oh my god. It shuts off Oricorio. Oh. Now, is this better than just running like, you know, if you're worried about Oricorio, is it better than just running a card that can knock out an Oricorio? I don't know. But this is the first ability shutdown. So let's see where it goes, man. Let's see where it goes. What else is what more else is there to say about the card? Nothing really. Galarian Zigzagoon. By the way, this card art right here, this card art was on one of the most powerful cards of the format. Galarian Zigzagoon. It had an ability that when you put it in play, you could do 10 damage wherever you wanted. So it's kind of crazy that like they print Galarian Obstagoon with an ability that would just benefit from that. But they're cowards. They gave it the artwork, but not the ability. They just wanted to let us know that, oh, we thought about it. We thought about it, and we agreed that that's the most broken thing in the world, and it's not making its way into the game. Damn shame. Galarian Lanoon. I can't say Galarian for some reason. I can't really say anything right now. I'm too amped up from these new cards, too excited. You can hear me tripping over my words all throughout the video. It is what it is. My bad. 40 for 1, 20 for 1, and then the Obstagoon has the Piers supporter. It's a funny card. Another, like, sort of funny deck. Do I expect it to be tier 1? Not really. Your opponent's next turn, if the defending Pokemon tries to use attack, your opponent... All right, so, like, you see something like this, man. 3 energy, just stop reading the card. Ooh. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, okay, do 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Galarian Obstagoon? Bella? Like, would you really rather put the Spiritomb in the active spot than just like a Chingling or something more annoying? You give up a point, you do 10 damage to all of the Pokemon. I mean, sure. Enables Cyrus. If it attacked for 1 energy, I'd be like, it's really not that bad. But attacking for 2 energy, like, it really is just sitting there waiting. It's fine, I guess. Flip coin his heads, look at a random card, shuffle it back into the deck. Cool. And Liepard. Okay, so it's like basic Pokemon with an attack that's more interesting than do 20 for 1, and then stage 1 that is absolutely useless. W. Scraggy, 20 for 1. Scrafty, Crush the Weak. If this Pokemon has more energy attached to it than your opponent's active Pokemon, this attack does 50 more damage. So if your opponent's not stacking the active, you can just start doing 100. This just feels worse to me than the Lycanroc. The blood Lycanroc, the nighttime Lycan, whatever that one's called. Like, it'll do 50 plus 50 more if it has less HP remaining. That card seems better than this one. I don't know where this guy's fitting in. They're different types, but I mean, yeah, I don't know what you're pairing that with. Yveltal, Evil Crash, discard a random energy from both active Pokemon for 3 energy. Yeah. All right. Dude, what is this garbage? 4 energy, flip a coin of heads, discard your opponent's active Pokemon. Huge requirement. Like, low key, can like Guzzlord just play? Like, imagine a Mega Blaziken comes up, and you've been willing, or sorry, I mean, you can't Lusamine and Will in the same turn is like the big problem with this. He could live a Blaziken, put a cape on him, break core, give it a try. If it doesn't work, willed. Okay, there we go. Blaziken's gone. Now I just feast on Heatmores and Torchics and I win. It's like only interesting to me against like stage 2s. Anything else, like no shot this can do anything to. But against stage 2 Megas, it's kind of funny. All right, next up, We have, the metal and the steel Pokemon are together because we never get any of them. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may put 2 random Pokemon tool cards from your discard pile into your hand. Okay. So we can play Mega Mawile plus Galarian Berserker and infinitely cycle the Metal Core Barrier, which reads... It stays in play for 1 turn, and your metal Pokemon take minus 50 damage from attacks, or the one that it's attached to. Meme deck inbound. Meme deck inbound. And then the Mawile. Oh my gosh, I just got PTSD. This Mawile art was used for something very devious. The attack was like corner, but it did no damage. Used it a ton of control decks in Pokemon, and not even in control decks. Just like slotted in as a win condition. Because if your opponent didn't play any switch cards, you use the Mawile, do no damage, you win. I actually think it did damage, but there was a way to reduce the damage. Anyways, 50 for 2. Boo. Boo. I'm playing Skarmory over you. You're useless. That is the Galarian Berserker plus the Mega Mawile is very, very funny. Excadrill does... Okay, so the Excadrill is nothing. Sorry. Maybe we finally see Mega Pokemon do something. Maybe. Pummel, flip a coin, defensive attack does 6 more... Yeah. Why even make me read this, dude? Snapping Trap during your opponent's next turn. If this Pokemon is... Why even make me read it? New Hone Edge. New Doublade. All right, well, what's the new age slash do? During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes minus 80 damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon EX. Got to get 3 on him. You can do minus 80 plus minus 50. Yeah, it's funny. Ooh, Salamence. 3 energy. Flip a coin of tails. This Pokemon also does 50 damage to itself. Takes a fire, a water, and a colorless. Okay. Big 150 for 3. You can use the babies to get there a lot quicker. 150 HP too. Not bad. Not great. The taking 50 damage is a horrible, horrible effect. Horrible effect on someone as small as this. I mean, that's the difference between Salamence getting 2 attacks off and getting 1 attack off. That's really unfortunate that it reads that way. Very, very unfortunate. All right, let's get into the colorless Pokemon. If any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks, flip a coin, if it heads, prevent that damage. Wow, potential Meowth just drawing you cards in the active. Not bad. Not bad. Could live forever. Technically. There's a non-zero chance someone will do that. Cool. Well, the chance is probably basically 0. I mean, what? If a game goes for 30 turns, right, it'd have to go for 30. You'd have to live 15. 15 times a half is not, I don't think that's a small enough number to just call it 0. Maybe it is. I don't know. Math nerds, let me know. Steady Punch, flip a coin. All right, this Kangaskhan is nothing. It's really the Mega Kangaskhan we were talking about. That seems pretty insane. Very good card. Tail Wrap, 20. Okay, whatever. Burret, cool guy. Another 40 for 1. Has no meaning to us. Portrait, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may look at a random support card from your opponent's hand. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, my God. We've seen this before. Is this just the straight clone? So I've been playing the Pokemon trading card game. Not as far back as this one. This is a Smeargle from, like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver era. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You could just steal a... Hold on. You may look at a random... Use the effect of that card as the effect of this ability. So you can steal a research from your opponent. They're still going to keep the research. You're just going to use it as the portrait effect. And then you can still use your supporter for turn. Holy man. 1 retreat, too. This seems like a really strong card, man. It seems like a really strong card. Yeah, that seems good, dude. That seems pretty good. Lugia, Aeroblast, flip 2 coins, attack does 40 for... Okay. I mean, baby Pokemon can power it up. Like, what do you want me to say? Swellow, once during your turn, you may switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. Okay, so they're just making Pidgeot. Like, they said Pidgeot sucks. Obviously, it's a stage 2. It wasn't even good in Genetic Apex. Has never been good. And now we're going to give it to you on a stage 1. They are printing a lot of stage 1s that are good to go with this, like, Sightseer support card. Like, dude, you don't even have to... Wait, what's the Pidgeot? Did you have to flip a coin? No, it did it automatically. There was another card. It was like the Rillaboom that you had to flip a coin, but then you got to choose what Pokemon it was. This could be just like another 1-1 maybe. I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of a stage 1 with a cool ability. Awesome. Tornadoes blow through. If a stadium is in play, this does 40 more damage. So 80 for 2 if you got a stadium in play. I'm curious to see what the stadiums actually are. Just keep that in mind. Like, if stadiums are, decent and there's something that can maybe go with this Tornadoes, it is 2 energy to attack, which is kind of the difficult part. Teetering steps, 40 for 1, and the opponent's Pokemon is confused. It's just Farfetch, but better. Wow, Farfetch got power crept. No, Farfetch. We'll miss you. All right, we got a Slacking. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, whenever you attach an energy from your energy zone to it, is now asleep. And Knuckle Stamp. All right, so you just hate the guy. That's so rude. Oh, Slacking Ogerpon? Slacking Ogerpon. We broke the meta day 1. Oh my god. Slacking Ogerpon, baby. That's got to be the only way to play it, right? Or I think the Comfy. If the Comfy is Psychic Energy and not Psychic Pokemon, you can play the Comfy. Otherwise, you can play this with Ogerpon. That'll be a funny deck. 150, man. 160 HP on the guy, too. Big boy. Big boy. And then these. 2 retreat cost. Boo. A Bunnelby and a Diggersby. Does 10 damage to each of your... Okay. Yeah. No. A new Furfrou. Whatever. Tandemaus. Put 3 random cards from among Tandemaus and Mousehold from your deck onto your bench. Wow. That is so cool. Whoa. Yo, this is sick. So this is just going to fill your bench instantly. It's going to put a Mousehold on the bench and 2 Tandemaus. You don't have to evolve for them. So if the Tandemaus lives, well, even if it doesn't, you could play like Celestic Town Elder, whatever that card is called. You can use the old lady card, get him back, and then Mousehold. Flip a coin for each Tandemaus and Mousehold on your bench or in play. You can do up to 240 for 1 energy. Yo, meme deck unlocked. Meme deck unlocked. So yes, the way this card reads is it will literally put a Mousehold on the bench. It will skip the evolution. You don't need to evolve it because this effect circumvents it. So you will have a bench filled with them. The only like potential hiccup is if you start with a Mousehold in your hand. Then if that's the case and you use Flock, you're going to be down one of these family beatdowns because you can no longer, like, you would have to evolve the Mousehold or the Tandemaus into the Mousehold, and you can't skip it unless next turn you go like copycat, put the Mousehold back into the deck, use that attack again and put it on the bench. Funny meme deck. Very, very cool. Excited about that. We can skip the shiny cards. I don't need to go over those. All right, here's the last thing. We got some trainer cards to go through, and yeah, there are some. Jaw Fossil, whatever. This next one, brace yourselves. Lucky Ice Pop. Heal 20 damage from your active Pokemon. If you healed any damage in this way, flip a coin. If heads, put the Lucky Ice Pop back into your hand instead of the discard pile. You are going to get bullshitted by this card. Someone is going to heal 80 damage with 1 Ice Pop on you. And you know what? I will laugh. Gotta replay. Gotta get my music still going. I will laugh. And I will cry when it happens to me. Is this not just like a potion buff? Like, when are you ever using potion on your bench Pokemon? 50% of the time, it's 2 potions in 1. Compound that, and it's sometimes 20 potions in 1. This is just, I think it's just potion, but better. I think it's just potion, but better. I can't see a reason why I would ever, like, you're never playing potion, honestly. And for like a stall deck or like a hey, I have a Pokemon I'm trying to keep alive. Instead of potion, you just slot 2 of these in there, and it has the potential to do so much more than just 1 potion. Very annoying card. There's the other fossil. All right, here's the Greninja. Here's the big card I was talking about. We have to think about every single card in the game differently. Because as long as the Pokemon this card is attached to is on the bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's attacks and abilities. Think about every single Pokemon that has been too slow to set up. Too slow, can't do it. Needs too much. My opponent is a Greninja using, I use Greninja, so a very friendly, your friendly neighborhood Greninja player. You had no way to do it. Now Protective Poncho, Mega Charizard Y. I'm building up on the bench, completely safe. I'm good. Greninja decks are going to have to run Guzma in order to circumvent this. And if they use Guzma, that means that they cannot use Guzma on this and the Cyrus in the same turn. This seems like a very huge card for certain archetypes. Anything that is saying, I'm trying to build something up on the bench, you need to leave me alone, has a way to do it finally. I think this card will make a lot of players happy. And I'm hopeful that Greninja decks are not just able to go, I just put a Guzma in it. It actually, like, isn't a big deal that you're playing the Poncho. It's kind of fine. I'm very hopeful that it won't be, because it will stop that Cyrus play for that one turn, right? They will still have to get rid of the Poncho, and they can't do both in the same turn. So I'm pretty pumped about this card, man. I'm pretty pumped about it. Metal Core Barrier. We've already talked about it. Let's take a look at, all right, before we do the stadiums, let's look at the one supporter that was not revealed yet. Juggler. You can only use this card if your Pokemon in play have 3 or more different energy types attached. Move all energy from each of your bench Pokemon to the active Pokemon. Use it with a colorless Pokemon, I guess. And a multitude of energy. I don't really know a use for it outside of that, to be honest. If there's some broken thing I'm missing, you know, might be. I guess with, like, Ho-Oh, it could work as well. Yeah, okay, so anything with Ho-Oh, but I don't know. I'm that's kind of it, right? Like Ho-Oh or like other baby Pokemon decks that run all the multiple different babies and can try to get that much energy in play. Whichever one I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like it's a card to just keep an eye on. It won't be obviously included in every deck. This card is so specific, dude. It's so specific on what's gonna run it. Training Area. Attacks used by stage 1 Pokemon in play do 10 more damage to the opponent's active Pokemon. Oh my god. So my Altaria hits for 140 now. The hell else is a stage 1 that attacks? Is it just Altaria? My Mega Gyarados does 150 now? The card's so bad I don't even remember how much damage it does. Okay. I didn't expect them to print like any blanket stadium cards that were like, yo, if you're a deck that uses this in your deck and could use this, here you go. That's pretty crazy, man. Plus 10 damage for any stage 1. That's a big deal, dude. That's a big deal. Sightseer full art, Diantha full art, spoilers. Protective Poncho, gold. They knew this card would be lit. Peculiar Plaza, we've seen it. And the last stadium card, each basic Pokemon in play gets plus 20 HP. Mega Kangaskhan goes to 200. Mega Absol goes to 190. Chinglings go to 50. Not bad. Not a bad stadium at all, man. Not a bad stadium at all. I guess the only thing is you got to make room for it. So you got to decide if it's worth it, you know, like using the stadium over. Actually, dude, with the Mega Kangaskhan deck, because now you're playing the baby Pokemon to power up the Mega Kangaskhan. They're all at 50 HP. Your Mega Kangaskhan gets 200 HP. Your Darkrai has 160 HP. That sounds like a good supporter for that deck, man. That sounds like, or a good stadium for that deck. Looks like the stadiums are kind of busted, and surprisingly, it's almost, to me, it seems like they showed like the most useless of the stadiums first, because this is just like psychic Pokemon only. This is every basic Pokemon. This is every stage 1 Pokemon. You know, these seem pretty strong, man. These seem pretty strong. I did not expect them to go this direction after the psychic one that they showed. But guys, that is every single card in the set. Hope you enjoyed this just little early overview, my initial thoughts. Nothing too competitive. Obviously, I'm going to spend all day tomorrow, like thinking, labbing in the lab. So when we go live tomorrow, we can really build some good decks for it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed taking a look at these cards with me. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video, and I will see you on the next one.